A troubling surge in hate crimes and discrimination targeting Asian Americans has hit the headlines in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The violence has cast a newfound spotlight on the bigotry many Asian immigrant populations experience in the United States. Among Asian Americans, Indian Americans have not borne the brunt of the hateful discrimination of the COVID era. But the community, now the second largest immigrant group in America, is no stranger to prejudice. A 2020 survey by the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, Johns Hopkins SAIS, and the University of Pennsylvania, in conjunction with the data and research firm YouGov, uncovers just how much discrimination Indians in America face. 31% of Indian Americans believe that discrimination against members of the community is a major problem, and another 53% believe it's a minor problem. Discrimination based on one's skin color is the most common form of bias, followed by discrimination based on one's gender, religion, and Indian heritage. Around 5% of all Indian Americans report having encountered discrimination due to their caste identity. Overall, in the past 12 months, 1 in 2 Indian Americans reports being subject to some form of discrimination. Not all Indian Americans experience discrimination at the same rate, however. For instance, Muslims report the greatest degree of religious discrimination by far, and contrary to what one might expect, U.S.-born Indian Americans are much more likely than their foreign-born counterparts to report being discriminated against. If half of all Indian Americans report being targets of discrimination, this begs the question, who is doing the discriminating? Respondents overwhelmingly blame non-Indians when it comes to discrimination on the basis of country of origin or skin color, while respondents suggest Indians hold somewhat greater responsibility for engaging in religious or gender discrimination. Here too, they point mainly to non-Indians or a combination of Indians and non-Indians as primary sources of discrimination. Indian Americans are not blind to the discrimination affecting other minority groups. A majority believe that Americans discriminate more against most other minority groups than they do against Indian Americans. More than 80% of Indian Americans report that Latino Americans, members of the LGBTQ community, African Americans, and women face a greater degree of discrimination. So what's the main takeaway? Despite the overall professional, educational, and financial success many Indian Americans enjoy, this has not inoculated them from the forces of discrimination. But their upward mobility may also be empowering the community to advocate for themselves and the beliefs they hold dear in new ways.